Alright, hello everyone, and now welcome to a game between, well, Lawliet versus 120. This game taking place here on Northern Isle. Over here on the top right hand side of the map, we have 120 spawning as, well, the blue undead. Meanwhile, over here on the bottom left, we are looking at, well, a green night elf. Lawliet spawning as a green night elf, and once again the color is a little bit difficult to take a look at anything, but hopefully you guys are enjoying it. For all of you guys who are on time, thank you for tuning in. I did try to let the stream run a little bit earlier as I was still setting up the stream. Hopefully that worked out for you well, as we're looking at, well, a night elf versus undead matchup. What are the heroes going to be? What are the strategies going to be? That's really what I'm looking for. It feels like it's been a while since I've cast an undead versus night elf. I believe Demon Hunter is still the go-to hero, as you want to shut down the Death Knight and that Lich with all their hero nuking abilities, but instead it is going to be that Keeper of the Grove. The Keeper of the Grove actually much better at leading the army, and also having access to tranquility is very useful. However, it does become a very large, well, target on its back to try and take Death Coils and Frost Novas. If the Keeper of the Grove doesn't have any survivability items that give it extra hit points or potions of invulnerability, it will be easily targeted, and targeted quickly and often, as you do not want to get that Keeper of the Grove to level 6, or, well, 120 doesn't want to allow access or allow that Keeper of the Grove to get to level 6, as we've seen how much tranquility can, well, shift an overall game. We are going to be looking at that Archer trying to pull back more and more, taking a little bit of extra damage there. Ancient of War still battling it through, fighting back. Here comes the Keeper of the Grove, now coming in with a little bit of damage. And what ability has he used? Hasn't used anything yet. Meanwhile, 120 actually opening up with a Dreadlord. Dreadlord selling that Scroll of Town Portal, now having a sacrificial skull. And I take it back. We are not going to be looking at a Death Knight and Lich combination as we often see, as the Death Knight Lich combination, well, oh, there it goes. Wow, that was actually a pretty brilliant use. Oh, destruction right there. That actually was bad news indeed. All right, that Wisp did not have time to try and cancel that building. It looked like an Ancient of Wonders, so that Wisp ended up dying, not being able to detonate on skeletal minions, and on top of that, ended up losing all of the resources to try and train up, or that building. So a heavy loss there by Lawliet. Okay. Keeper of the Grove is at level 2. Meanwhile, we are looking at the Dreadlord sitting at level 2, but he hasn't picked up his second ability yet. Most likely that Keeper of the Grove is going to try to make its way off to the north. There is one skeletal minion keeping track of all of that there. Final shot off on that skeletal minion will take it down. Meanwhile, in is this Dreadlord here trying to finish off some of these. Murloc's going to pick up some nice items once again, and that replenishment potion to perhaps try and put up some pressure. Well, Keeper of the Grove illusion, can it bait away some of the mana on that pressure screen and make it look like it is trying to head back over there? Oh, there's a sleep. It does in fact bait it, and it is just going to get surrounded and quickly destroyed. That illusion right there, as the creeps are now forcing an engagement. Clause 9 plus 9 on the first drop on that Keeper of the Grove. Yes, very large damage bonus indeed, increasing the damage by, what is that, more than 30%, or yeah, more than 30%. What is that, 9, 22, almost 40? Yeah, almost 40%. But like, depending on if you're looking at the low end or that high end. Keeper of the Grove now makes its way off to the north here, plus 9 damage. Cloak of Shadows does give it the ability to hide, but a Nerubian Tower is already in play, and it will greatly slow down the amount of damage that Keeper of the Grove can do. However, well, 3 ends will quickly join in on the fight. 15 to 17 damage right there, and we are going to see a cancellation once more. All right, trying to spread out all of that right there as the Acolytes are fighting back here. The Keeper of the Grove and the Mass Archers causing major problems, and 120 may not be able to set up his expansion at all. Keeper of the Grove now shows up to the party. There's a carry-on swarm ripping through many of those units as a Scroll of Town portal finally in order to get away. There goes one archer, another archer taken down, and good use of Dust of Appearance by that Dreadlord to make that one expansion at least cost, or that cancellation at least cost his opponent a little bit of something. Alright, Dreadlord finishing off a handful of forces of nature left. Those Trents will get taken down as the Haunted Goldmine now getting back up. Another Mass Huntress again, how this would be a counter by 120. Well, we'll see. It is mainly a large number of archers right now. Archers rather strong, but we are transitioning into Ancients of Lore, so it could be Bears and Dryads. Bears and Dryads, a very good 1-2 combination as well. Naga Sea Witch with a bunch of Ents trying to gain up on that level. Keeper of the Grove Illusion is just gonna end up being pushed away once more. Meanwhile, the real Keeper of the Grove is still off over here. Does have a Robe of Magi, so plus 15 attack on this Keeper of the Grove, dealing 15% more damage than normal and attacking faster because of that Gloves of Haste. And this is why items are so important in the matchup. If you were not paying attention and you do not click on that Keeper of the Grove, you would never realize the auto attack of that Keeper of the Grove is actually rather deadly. Alright, Archer's going to make a position and a standoff over here again. The tech to tier 2 has started, but it was severely delayed as we are already looking at Lawliet with 2 heroes. Coming back down to the other side, Staff of Teleportation coming across here. Let's take a look. Wisp trying to get some repairs in on this Ancient of Lore. Is it going to end up getting taken down? We may see a Ghoul lost. There goes a Ghoul, but the Ancient of Lore was taken down there. Are we going to perhaps try and see a surround and taking out all of these buildings here? There goes another cancellation. There's a sleep onto the Keeper of the Grove. There is a surround, and that is going to be a lot of damage. Dust of Appearance onto that Keeper of the Grove. Keeper of the Grove using the Moonwells as best as he can, but it doesn't look like he'll be able to get out. Carry-on Swarm finishes the job as more damage coming across here. Alright, low hit point units trying to escape on both sides, and 120 recovering rather nicely from earlier harassment, now trying to deal with all of these units here as we're looking at thank you for the follow as the Naga Sea Witch finishes off that Ghoul. Dreadlord may be overstaying his welcome. Is he going to be able to make his way out? Naga Sea Witch does have those cold arrows, as you know, and the Dreadlord seems, a bit confused on which route he wants to take home as he finally is starting to get away. Naga Sea Witch does not have Boots of Speed. Archers and Naga Sea Witch trying to keep that chase here. Meanwhile, Ghouls now going after the Tree of Life over here at the 6 o'clock location. Will the Dreadlord be able to get there in time? That is the question now. Low hit point units, an extra little bit of damage indeed. Let's take a look at this. There is a cancellation. Units are going to now try to head back again as the units are backing away once more. There's that final shot to kill that one Ghoul. Alright, Dreadlord having some big problems. What is it trying to do? Skeletal Maiden is trying to play a game of block as the Dreadlord now trying to run away down to 97 hit points, but it will be able to get back. Well, at this point, even with the Ankh of Reincarnation, it doesn't come back at full hit points. And if you allow that Dreadlord to fall, it will still give experience. It will come back at half hit points, and then it will have the same problem, except the Naga Sea Witch is going to be even closer and perhaps continue to cause problems with those cold arrows. Alright, coming back through, Naga Sea Witch using up the Clarity Potion, using up a Moonstone. We are finally seeing 120's expansion be able to get set up. It will start to be able to pay for itself after all of this time. And now and it's going to take quite a bit of time to recover, though, since that Haunted Goldmine was cancelled a number of times as well. Keeper of the Grove now back out onto the field. Both sides having Orbs of Venom, and that Orb of Venom causing a good amount of damage over time. As long as they're hitting different targets. Not quite sure why they're not hitting different targets. If you have double Orb of Venom, that is what you want to be doing, as that Keeper of the Grove has plus 20 damage right now, close to almost 100% damage increase on the low end. If you factor in the damage over time from that Orb of Venom, then that is definitely the case, as we can see that tracker is going to get taken down very quickly. Alright, Orb of Fire, or Orb of Venom, Inner Fire across all of these units here. Let's take, well, Pendant of Energy given to the Naga Sea Witch, and, well, maybe the Keeper of the Grove should hand over that, well, Wand of Mana Stealing as well. If he can get another Claw with Venom, will that, well, yeah, if he gets another Claws of Attack +6, the Keeper of the Grove still needs some survivability items. Losing the Wand of Mana Stealing not going to be that big of a problem, and eventually the Staff of Teleportation, it could be useful as well. All right, in comes the End's going to try to join in on the fight here, try to finish off this Nerubian tower. Meanwhile, where is the Dreadlord army? Death Knight is right here. Vampiric Aura coming across, and in comes some damage. Carrion Swarm ripping through many of those units. Death Coil trying to finish, or Death Coil saving one of the Acolytes as the Nerubian tower getting in some damage here. All right, getting a surround onto that Keeper of the Grove. Keeper of the Grove could be in a little bit of problem trying to finish off this Death Knight here. Death Knight could end up getting taken down. Staff of Preservation saves. Death Knight now in a little bit of trouble. Is he going to be able to stay alive? He's trying to back away down to 70 hit points as the Ents may be able to get in the final shots down to 14 hit points, and it looks like he will be able to get away while on Blight. Ankh of Reincarnation was transferred over there as that Death Knight, well, has to be extremely careful as well. All right. Coming back through, I hear Sapper, but I did not see it in the action. There is, well, a Priestess of the Moon to join in on the fight, and that was the, so we see the Priestess of the Moon, and now with the Orb of Venom, Keeper of the Grove with an Orb of Venom, and the Naga Sea Witch with an Orb of Venom. All three heroes having an Orb of Venom, and if they are hitting different targets, then that is going to be powerful indeed. The Death Knight does need to be attacking in order for that Vampiric Aura to be effective. Meanwhile, the Night Elf now making their way off to the north here. This looks like it could be a mass Archer Dryad army. In comes the units. A little bit of extra damage there. Slow Poison or Venom right there as the Dreadlord is in a little bit of trouble. Is he going to be able to break free, trying to head back off to the north now, getting away from those Ents? Ghouls going to join in on the fight. Death Coil does save there as the Death Knight is in the back. There goes a Carrion Swarm. Ghouls are joining in on the fight as a number of Ents will get taken down, but really nothing to be afraid of as Lawliet continues his pressure with these three heroes. All right, continuing to add in more damage. That Keeper of the Grove still now plus the 24 damage because of that True Shot aura. Back and forth. Ankh of Reincarnation is going to keep that Death Knight alive, and you can see he's already at half-life, and that is just going to cause him to die a second time right there. There's that Fork Lightning finishing it off as the Ghouls did not bother to try and surround the Keeper of the Grove. Most likely a Staff of Preservation would have saved it anyways. So far, 120 is losing unit after unit, ghoul after ghoul, and those ghouls, even while on Blight and standing next to this Obsidian statue, almost taken down to 19 hit points right there, in combination with the Dryad's poison as well. All right, more damage adding in Obsidian statue. One more shot there. You can take a look. Ghoul suffering so much damage so quickly. One round of attack, and a ghoul is pretty much taken down. There goes another volley there, taking down another ghoul so easily. All right, well, that ghoul decided to run by the tri-hero of the Night Elf and, well, get taken down once more. We're looking at 38 supplies compared to 40 army sizes. Well, Undead is slightly larger, 32 supply compared to 24. Staff of Preservation bringing the Keeper of the Grove all the way back. He's going to come back in, join in on the fight with that Staff of Teleportation. And now with Entangle in the books, he can perhaps try and finish off more units or also get in some damage onto these Acolytes here. All right, in comes some damage onto that Keeper, Dreadlord. Dreadlord actually stuck in a very tough spot. Fork Lightning finishing off some more units again as the Ghouls try to fight back against that army, but all of that range damage just adding so much over time as they are continuing to battle it back and forth. Death Knight now kind of joining on the fight. Is the Death Knight going to get taken down for a third time? There's that Mana Shield on that Naga Sea Witch in order to stay alive. Naga Sea Witch is going to finish it off again. Death Knight gets taken down once more as the Carrion Swarm does not come across. A little bit more damage there. We can see the Mana Shield on the Naga Sea Witch still working pretty regularly. There goes another ghoul again, saving that low hit point Priestess of the Moon as the units are going to try and engage once more. All right, fighting their way through. Oh, there goes a sleep onto that Keeper of the Grove. No, there is a Staff of Preservation. Is it going to try and stay alive? Is there enough on that cooldown? Sleep on the Naga Sea Witch as well. A beautiful turnaround, if possible, as we're looking at not enough mana at all onto that Dreadlord. Dreadlord, if it had enough mana, could have guaranteed a good surround onto the units here. Keeper of the Grove now comes back the other way. And, well, the 3 heroes able to push in a large amount of damage. No Dryads here, though. So without the Dryads, no slow poison, as the Mountain Giant is causing a bit of taunts. Okay, Dreadlord down to down to 28 hit points. You can see that damage over time, getting into near death as it is trying to escape back once more. Mountain Giant chasing after that Dreadlord. Dreadlord down to 16 hit points, needs a way to stay alive. Night Elf army 37 over 50 compared to 47. Staff of Preservation, I believe, saved the Keeper of the Grove. As the Keeper of the Grove low, it is going to go ahead. Is it going to use a Moonstone? No, not going to use a Moonstone, as it is already just nightfall and those Moonwells will be filling up. Alright, Naga Sea Witch. Well, plus 9 damage. Keeper of the Grove, plus 24 damage. Remember, the Keeper of the Grove's base damage at level 4 is 28. So that almost feels like a critical strike every single time you attack. And then you add in that additional Orb of Venom damage. Oh, there's an Entangle. You're going to see how quickly that Orb of Venom is going to deal damage right there as the units all look to back up. There's a quick taunt if all of those units are, well, not focused down. That, however, Mountain Giant, not very powerful, going up against a large number of ghouls. The ghouls damage per second actually rather high when considering the Mountain Giant's armor, as we may see looking at us around there. There's the Fork Lightning trying to finish off a couple of units. Lower hit point ghoul gonna not be able to get back, as Carrion Swarm hitting multiple targets, including the heroes and that Mountain Giant again. Still trying to chase very, very rapidly. Destroyer up in the air. Are we going to see a Devour Magic? Yes, we are, as the units are now still pulling back again. So, yeah, Orb of Venom and Claws of Attack causing so much problem. Triple heroes getting the benefit of that True Shot aura as another ghoul gets taken down. Ghouls are just biting the dust constantly. And what we're seeing is both sides have expansions, and strangely enough, Lawliet is really just using all of his gold not to build an army. He has 45 over 70. It's really to get items, and that we're seeing here. Those Orbs of Venom, very, very effective. And we're gonna see a Keeper of the Grove. Oh, not yet to level 5, just a little bit shy. Units now heading again. I don't remember seeing a tri-hero combination being used like this triple hero strategy in order to just constantly put pressure with Orb of Venom. Very effective at harassing the undead. Now, are we going to perhaps be transitioning into new units here? Constant ghoul production off of 2 crypts is still rather strange. The strategy is not working for 120 so far, but he is still heavily invested in it. Alright, there is a sleep onto that Keeper of the Grove. Keeper of the Grove is going to get Staff of Preservation out. Death Knight could be in trouble. There is that Devour Magic to remove it. It is going to try and get away. There's that Staff of Preservation. Death Knight stays alive. And all of that only to waste a Staff of Preservation charge, or use a Staff of Preservation charge. Mountain Giant actually caught up in the corner. Keeper of the Grove joins back in on the fight and is trying to clear away here. That Mountain Giant, is it going to be able to get another Staff of Preservation? Not, I do believe so. The Keeper of the Grove has another charge ready to go. Are we going to be looking at a sleep onto that Keeper of the Grove first? That is the question, as well, there you see it. The Keeper of the Grove comes in with that Staff of Preservation. So all of the efforts of 120 trying to save, trying to pick off the Keeper of the Grove and the Mountain Giant, completely counteracted by 2 Staffs of Preservations, and that is the end of the game there. Alright, I don't believe Lawliet really built that large of an army. If you look at the overall army sizes, Lawliet, even though he had an expansion, even with an expansion, only had an armies in low upkeep, never went past 50 supply. Oftentimes you were looking at those heroes just teleporting back and forth, using moonstones, keeping those moonwells full, and using Staffs of Preservation strategically to just move back and forth. Claws of Venom's True Shot and Dryad slow, picking off mass ghouls. And that was really the main issue there. That damage over time on those Orbs of Venom really, really just ticking away. I need to read up and make sure. I thought Orb of Venom only did 10 damage, or I thought it was like 5 or 10 damage a second. It felt like the Orb of Venom debuff it was actually stacking across multiple heroes, and that was the reason why the ghouls were just dropping like flies. You saw the ghoul while on Blight next to a Death Knight with Unholy Aura and an Obsidian statue healing it. I think it dropped from 100 hit points down to 2, and that doesn't make any sense to me. All right, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed that game. Twitch, stay tuned. I'll go ahead and queue up another one. YouTube, thanks for watching, thanks for listening.